Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Sailing EV. And in this episode, we are going to sail across Lake Ontario.
No, I don't think so, bud.
I'm stuck in the canal again. I'm stuck here.
All right, let's get into the story of how I got stuck again.
All right, let's go sailing.
So it's late April, and the season's just beginning. I had the idea of sailing across Lake Ontario. So I'd been keeping my eye on the weather over the last few days, and on this day it was projected to get calmer, with reasonable winds in the right direction. So I left port, and for some reason, usually I would stay to the right here, but last year the lake was high, so I just usually would go this way, but I didn't factor that into my equation. And there I was, stuck again.
Stuck again. All right, so I'm stuck. Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna kedge my way that way and see what happens.
Being the start of the season, I'd forgotten how to tie all the fancy knots I'd learned last season. And this one failed. Lucky it happened here and not out at sea while I was sailing. So I loaded my anchor and chain into my dinghy and took it forward of my vessel in an attempt to kedge my way out of this mess. What I didn't realize was I was actually making the situation worse. After throwing the anchor in, I did what I should have done in the first place, which was bust out a long pole and start prodding around and seeing exactly how deep it was here. And I came to the realization that I could probably stand up where I put the anchor. But nevertheless, I moved forward. So I came back aboard and started putting some tension on the electric windlass.
All right, let's do this.
And that didn't seem to work. After putting a huge amount of tension on the electric windlass, I went back to the helm and put it in forward, thinking that might help the situation to no avail.
Damn it. I don't think it's gonna work.
So at this point I was getting very cold, and it started raining, and it was pretty miserable, but I moved forward and decided to reposition the anchor in the other direction, the direction I came, which was what I should have done in the first place. Problem was, as I got nearer to the anchor, she just wouldn't come up. She was buried deep in the silt. At this point, my hands were absolutely freezing and it was really starting to pour rain. So I used the engine to maybe dislodge the anchor that was buried deep in the silt, and that didn't seem to work. Then I had the bright idea of maybe tying a rope off to the top of the mast, using a halyard to tip the boat over to give me a little bit of distance from the bottom and the keel. And that didn't work.
Well, I'm stuck here. It's not good. So I put the anchor out to kedge myself towards the entrance. It's actually deeper that way. If I could just get past here, I'd be okay. So that's not happening. And it's a kedge anchor and it's really silty here, so she's stuck hard on the bottom and I can't get the anchor up. So that's the next mission, is to get the anchor up. I'm gonna leave the GoPro here and you guys can watch me attempt to get this anchor up. I think I have an idea how to do it. All right guys, just a recap here. So I'm stuck in the canal again. And it's just because my draft is 6 feet. And I've made some progress. Kind of got a little bit pointed back towards where I started. So this time I'm going to take the anchor and I'm going to take it across and wrap it around one of those poles. So I have a more straight shot at it. It's lifting the boat off a little bit. So I'm going to try that right now. I've been at it for an hour now, so I'm gonna take a break, have some coffee, and just reconsider the situation. I have made some progress. I've turned the vessel around where I came in, so the idea is to come off the reef the way I came on. This time I'm gonna connect the anchor to one of those big poles there, so it's pulling it straight, not down, and that should help. And then I think next time I try to go out, which will be tomorrow, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna do what I should have done, plotted a route, but what can you do? I'm gonna have some coffee and relax for a minute.
So I was able to tie the anchor directly to like a pole that was on the dock here, and that seemed to work, and I was able to make some progress.
All right, so I made it off the ground here, which is great news. I'm floating free now, and I should just decide. Part of me wants to just turn around and try it again, but it's raining, it's a shitty day, there's no wind. The smart thing to do is go back to the dock. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Vessel in distress called Lost in Time, right off my port bow here.
So that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching, guys. In the next episode, I respond to a pan emergency call, and the Coast Guard and I assist a boat that is really badly beached. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.